All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to your one and only YouTube platform where they give the updated news and information on things where they happen here for the land. Please subscribe to this channel and make sure you turn on your notifications so that you get notified whenever we drop our spanking news. But one thing you're sure of getting here is only the confirmento matter where they happen for the land. And then without wasting much of your time today, make I go straight to the news where I carry come for you. But do not forget to subscribe to this channel. If you've not yet subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. It is very sacrosanct you do so. Without wasting much of your time, make we hear the headlines. Supreme Court showdown. Nnamdi Kanu optimistic for victory over federal government on December 15. Yes, Nnamdi Kanu, who has been a prisoner of conscience, under the Nigerian controversial DSS detention for the past 2 years. A lot has been said, a lot has been done, but yet the controversial DSS and the Nigerian government have failed to do the needful. First of all, a court of competent jurisdiction gave a ruling in favor of Nnamdi Kanu, and yet the Nigerian government failed, to obey the rule of law. They went further to take the case and decided to keep Nnamdi Kanu illegally in detention. Do not forget how Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, by the Nigerian government. A lot has been done illegally, because of this innocent man. Up to date, the reality is that Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent man. Yes, until he is being proven guilty. So Nigerian government have actually, been holding an innocent man. It is so painful, that the British government have failed, to come for one of their own. I could remember Ejimako saying, to the British Prime Minister that he doesn't need he doesn't need a court to release a court judgment to release Nnamdi Kanu. The British can actually intervene in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, and the victory that seems it is actually impossible will come as quickly as possible. But meanwhile, Nnamdi Kanu's case is coming up on December 15, and the best thing we can be at this point in time is to be optimistic about the case that finally victory will come to this prisoner of conscience. So make we go straight to the point. Make we go straight to the news where we carry come for you. The news in detail. On Thursday, Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, expressed optimism about a favorable outcome on December 15 at the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is scheduled to hear the federal government's appeal against the appeal court's judgment that acquitted Kanu on all terrorism charges. In 2022, the appellate court deemed Kanu's abduction from Kenya to Nigeria illegal and unlawful, leading to the dismissal of the terrorism charges. The court ruled that the federal government violated both local and international laws in forcibly bringing Kanu to Nigeria, rendering the charges against him incompetent and unlawful. In a recent meeting with his legal team at the Department of State Services DSS facility in Abuja, Kanu conveyed hope for a positive outcome on December 15th. His special counsel, Aloy Ejimako, shared this information in a post. According to Ejimako, today, the lead counsel Chief Kanu Agabi, senior advocate of Nigeria, led my humble self and Prince Mandela on a crucial visitation with Nnamdi Kanu at the DSS. Expectedly, Onyendo was well pleased with the recent stunning victory at Enugu, and he expects no less on December 15th at Supreme Court. He added a commentary expressing dissatisfaction with the treatment of certain regions, highlighting historical grievances and asserting the legitimacy of their agitation. If there is one thing I need to point out here, is the fact that despite everything that Nnamdi Kanu has been going through, there is one thing that he has actually been resolute about. There is one thing he has been unshaken, is for the freedom of his people. He keeps on clarifying that the agitators have every right, to agitate for the freedom of their people. And this is just the reality. You cannot continue to trample on innocent people and expect them, to continue to remain quiet. One day, even a weakling will come against those that is oppressing them. The oppressed will stand up and fight against those oppressing him. One day, bushmeat go pursue hunter, as the case may be. And that is what that is what the indigenous people of Biafra is representing, and other agitators all over the country. This is one point that they are trying to make, and they are trying to show their legitimacy in whatever they are doing, and that is just the reality. So take it or leave it. The reality is that they have every right to agitate because they feel that they are not being treated well. Make we go up again, make we drop another news we just enter today, and this one is talking about Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa has been on the forefront of the Biafran agitation recently. Despite all said and done, he hasn't given up on the struggle. And recently, after the comment of the Chief of Defense Staff, the Chief of Defense Staff made a comment against Simon Ekpa, that he is the one inciting the issues and causing the insecurity in the southeastern part of the country. That has actually brought a lot of reaction. And Ohaneze Ndibo, in their normal shameless attitude, have come out to hit against Simon Ekpa, revealing the easiest way to capture Simon Ekpa. Make we hear the news in detail. Federal government told the easiest way to capture Simon Ekpa, the Biafran agitator. The news in detail. The federal government has been told the easiest way to capture the controversial Biafran agitator Simon Ekpa. Ohaneze Ndibo Worldwide, the prominent Igbo social cultural organization, has told the federal government to utilize Nigerians and diplomatic ties with Finland to extradite Ekpa, who has been accused by the military of fomenting unrest in the southeastern part of the country. We continue with the news. General Christopher Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff, asserted on Tuesday that Ekpa, currently residing in Finland, was undermining the effort of security personnel in the southeast. Musa, speaking in the House of Representatives, stated, Simon Ekpa is sabotaging our effort in the southeast, and highlighted that the agitator was utilizing Finland as a refuge. In response, the Secretary General of Ohaneze, Ambassador Ärmÿ, expressed support for Musa's proposal in a statement made on Wednesday in the interview with Punch newspaper. Ärmÿ emphasized the collective concern about the deteriorating security situation in the southeast, particularly following the lockdown imposed by the factional leader of the proscribed separatist group Indigenous People of Biafra. Regarding the security challenges in the southeast, Ärmÿ remarked, so the statement yesterday at the hearing of the House of Representatives tells the story as to what we have been saying all along. It is a matter for the federal government of Nigeria to handle, as Ohaneze or the states in the southeast as subordinate to the federal government. He further highlighted that the federal government maintains diplomatic relations with Finland, and activating this diplomatic channel is what Ohanaeze is urging. Ärmü expressed satisfaction with the Chief of Defence Staff public pronouncement on the matter, stating, Ohanaeze is very pleased that the Chief of Defence Staff made a public pronouncement on the matter of Simon Ekpa, and we are happy with it. And I'm saying, why won't you be happy with it? The same Ohanaeze that has actually been rebelling against his people. It is actually very shameful that Ohanaeze Ndigbo have actually, failed to do the needful for their own people. I won't say much. I want you to go to the comment section and give your own input on this matter, even as we draw the curtain to a close. Please subscribe to this channel if you've not yet subscribed, and make sure you turn on your notifications so that you get notified whenever we drop our spanking news. Thank you and God bless you.